Adam Curry was just recently on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and he went on his podcast to reveal that they cut a lot of what he said out. So I'm going to play this and give you my thoughts on it. But, I mean, is Bard Bloom still editing Joe Rogan episodes all these years later? I don't know. Let's check out and see what Adam Curry had to say.
And that brings me, since you changed the subject, that brings me to the point of a question that showed up on the No Agenda Social. You had a chunk of your interview bleeped out.
Yeah, it was great. It was almost a Monty Python skit. And what happened is we were talking about centralized, another polarizing thing. When I say, hey man, Elon Musk himself has said that he wants to turn Twitter into X.com. He wants to build a better PayPal. We've played the clips. He has verbatim said that. And I said, hey, it could be his own coin or it could be the central bank digital currency. And I say that based on the fact that everything he does turns into a government project. Everything, as far as I know. Oh, no, you can't say that about Elon. Oh, no. So I was...
What?
Yeah, because you can't say, and Joe was the one who said, so Elon could be a Trojan horse. I said, yes, possible. I didn't even say it. So people are pissed off at me because Elon, he's the man. And so I was talking about Mastodon, and I said there's a difference between someone getting kicked off of Twitter and off of these centralized systems and Mastodon. So when I kick someone off our own server for being a dick on our own server, they can take their followers and start, and they don't lose anything. And I don't take away your right to speech. You can just do it somewhere else. And then I gave an example of the guy that I kicked off recently, and I said the 3 words that I took issue with. Not that those 3 words are a big problem, but if that's all you're doing all day long, I'm not interested. And when we were done with the interview, Joe pretty much said, look, man, if we leave that word in, then it will either become the entire focus of what we talked about, and probably Spotify will take it off. He didn't say that in those terms, but it would be a problem. And you can't just drop the audio because I think they create transcripts automatically. And then, I actually said, well, why don't you blur out my mouth, drop the audio? It'll be hilarious. No one will know what I said. It was kind of my idea. But the funny thing was, it happened as we were talking about censorship, and just before an ad played. It was like Monty Python-esque. I thought it turned out pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Are you being facetious?
No, I think it's very funny because the point is that the reason that he's on Spotify is because he's going to be censored.
To some degree,
anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's really like mainstream media. There's certain things you just can't do. Not allowed. But why is it not allowed? Because of advertisers.
Exactly.
There's no other reason. I mean, if it was a value for value model, you do what you want, and then if people don't like it, they just stop supporting the show, which is what's happening to us. Mm-hmm. And just pointing that out because our donations are lagging in the month of January. But that's different than an advertiser telling you what to do, and so you're circumspect, which we're not.
Or people using advertisers, like we heard from Richard Edelman, to manipulate what the platform is doing.
Yeah, that's what you do. But that's what you do.
That is exactly.
I don't think it's anything weird about it. It's just what you do. But I don't think. I think the complaint that we generally have about the mainstream media and advertising and the manipulation of the public, I think that's a little. I think that's what you do, but you could still at least try to do your job and try to maybe not be a complete stooge like it was for Pfizer or the big pharma. Everybody going along with whatever they want you to do because their advertising is so onerous.
Now, I will say that we talked about vaccines, about death, about all, and we didn't, and that was not a problem. And Joe does have a lot of power. He has a lot of power. He can pretty much do anything he wants. But
he's still, I believe he's probably still irked about the being called out for using horse medicine.
Talked about it. That was in that context. We talked about it. And they had Sanjay Gupta on, and Joe says, "Why did everyone lie about that?" And Sanjay Gupta's brain went, "I don't know."
His brain went, "Oh shit!"
A long time ago.
No, it didn't do that. It was just the opposite. It was jacked up so he could fend himself off. I don't know. I don't believe it. Let me go back and check with the office.
You're right. We should check with HQ.
All right, so more censorship happening to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. It seems like it was sort of his idea, even more than Spotify's, which, I mean, let's keep it real. When they pay you $100 to $200 million, you'll just go along with, yeah, edit that, do that. You got $200 million. You probably generally don't care. Oh, I miss how the Joe Rogan Experience used to be live on YouTube. And then he stopped going live but would just upload it. The reason why he stopped going live is because one time they went to go end the stream and it didn't end. So he decided from that point just to shoot it, then upload it immediately. But when he signed that Spotify deal, look, he's done apologies. They brought up that video of him telling that Planet of the Apes joke. He had to apologize for that. That's all because he signed that Spotify deal. And working with a huge corporation, when you accept their money, there's certain things you got to capitulate to. I mean, this is sort of like the whole Steven Crowder and Daily Wire thing happening now, which I think Steven Crowder was kind of lame for recording that call. And like, all right, you don't like the term she offered, well, then just start your own company. But, I mean, I understand Daily Wire's reasoning in that. If we pay you $50 million, then you go off and say, like, racial slurs and get kicked off of everything. You still want us to pay you? You're sort of seeing that Rogan signed a deal like that. He can't go off and just say whatever he wants or have his guest say whatever he wants. So he's got to nip it in the butt and get it cut out and edited. It's happened before, or sometimes full episodes removed with no explanation. I remember Kyle Kalinske, one of his episodes was removed, and he has no idea what it could have even been removed for. Like, he's even like, I wonder what they removed that episode. And they removed the entire thing. At least with this, they just cut out and blurred the little part which Adam Curry said. But, I mean, Rogan, I heard that deal really was like $200 million. I'm assuming it was a 5-year deal. But, I mean, hey, if a guy's going to accept that money, he's going to allow this to be done to his podcast. For the most part, I don't think it's ruined too many things. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.